Welcome back everyone to more career mode gameplay of SRX the game. And coming up today, we're headed to Sawtooth Mountain, 3/10 of a mile with high banking. So we got some banking to lean on here at this track. Unfortunately, the first place prize, only $7,500, so not quite at that $9,500 or $10,000 number that we've been at the last few races, but the high banking should make things pretty interesting. Now, if you weren't with me in the last video at Millstone Park, I highly recommend watching that race. That A main was one of the best races we've had. And I'm not just talking about our finishing position, I'm talking about the actual fun of the race itself. The first 8 to 12 laps of that race, there was tons of side-by-side, as well as quite a few times where we were 3 wide and saw 3 wide in front of us as well. So a lot of great racing early on. Then during the middle part of the race, we just put our head down, hooked that bottom, worked on maintaining maximum speed and lap time, and we were able to work our way up several positions. I believe we started around 19th or 20th in that race, and by the end, we were inside the top 10. So that's a lot of positions to make up, and we didn't do it entirely because we had tons of speed. That was all about just hitting your marks, driving your line, and trying to avoid trouble. But of course, that isn't always the case either. So Sawtooth Mountain will hopefully be able to do something very similar. We want some great racing. But before we get to that, you notice in the bottom right-hand corner, car condition. We need a little help there. So let's hop over to the garage. And once again, we're going to repair all parts with the Y key. There we go. Maxed out there. And so if you're looking in the top right-hand corner, $48,826 is where we are right now. We're saving that money. Instead of doing our next upgrade on the chassis, which I really want to do, I'm thinking ahead to next season because in our schedule, this is race number 12 of 14. We've only got a couple of races left after today. So I have no idea what is going to be available to us as options next year. Is it going to force us to stay in the 305s only again next season, or are we going to have some options to maybe branch out to the super lates or maybe the dirt lates? Either way, I want to make sure we've got a little bit of money, so hopefully it's enough to make that decision and move up into a different series. Now, it doesn't mean we have to get rid of the 305s forever. We're still going to keep this team. We're still going to get the money. We're still going to do some upgrades, but I really want to keep our options open for next season. So with all of those repairs done, let's head to Sawtooth. Practice and qualifying in the books, and overall, very nice indeed. They were looking for an 8:64 as our practice goal time. We were able to meet that. In fact, it exceeded by a couple of tenths. Qualifying, not quite as good. I'm playing around with the line and the setup just a little bit to try to see how I can keep the car rotating to run the bottom, because the traffic is a huge issue at this track, which we're going to find out very shortly. We're going to see 3, 4, and probably 5 wide at certain times during the main events. But I want to keep the car rotating, but at the same time, I don't want it to get too loose and start scrubbing speed on the exit. So it's a delicate balance there to combine the right setup with, of course, the right driving style at this place. All right, heat race number 3, top 4 advance to the A main. I believe we were something like 13th, 14th in qualifying, so not bad overall. I'm very pleased with our speed. We'll just have to see what we can do with this traffic. Oh, there's some friendly contact. So just trying to find some sort of rhythm, see what works best. One of the big things that you deal with at this track is how much of the straightaways do you use? I mean, obviously this track is extremely wide, and we're going to see people from the top all the way to the bottom, hopefully us being at the bottom. But how much of the straightaway do you use? A certain amount of it can be really good to maintain speed off the corner, but too much and you're just wasting space, and the additional speed is not going to help you. So right now I'm trying to go about half, sometimes less, and trying to keep there for the time being. Now, I did make one quick change to tighten the car up a little bit, as I mentioned briefly just a moment ago. You want the car to rotate, but you also don't want it to over-rotate and start scrubbing speed on exit, because on the exit is where you're really going to be able to clear cars. And you can see the leader here in the heat race has gone nowhere from us. We are right there. Now, we're certainly not threatening to pass him or anything, but we were in a solid second place, so that's going to put us into the qualifying dash.
Good luck to all the drivers out there.
All right, there you have it. This is going to determine where we start the A main. So we haven't been here very often. I think maybe once or twice previously, so this is a great opportunity. The farther toward the front we can start. Oh, look out. This is what we'll have to deal with a lot in the main. Having to run a very low line and trying to keep the car rotating while at the same time that's more like the line I want to run, but you can see that opens up some things underneath, and that's the balance you have to figure out. How high to get on the straightaway. Oh, hello, that was a very good block on his part, but it cost us a position. So sticking to the bottom on the straightaway as well as in the corner is really where we're going to need to be. All right, so we're sitting, what, 8th out of 10 cars? All right, not too bad. Okay, make that 9th out of 10 cars. Oh, look out. He took off. Not sure where he went. He must have went to the high side, and we're going to see a lot of that. Look at these guys in front of us. Now, unfortunately, for us, they're able to maintain a lot of speed up there and make really good time. So 8th position, not too bad. Let's get to the A main. That's right, the one we've all been waiting for, the A main. And this should be a lot of fun. Hopefully, it doesn't become a wreck fest. We've seen that before. Oh, look out. Really tight in here. So again, trying to hug that bottom as best I can. I'm trying to give myself a little bit of room. And you can see these guys are more than willing to take it. Trying not to make it too easy for them, but at the same time, I don't want to get pushed up here too far. Oh, I see somebody sliding around up there. All right, we're sitting here in 3rd eye. I got too high there. And you can see that. Wow, it didn't cost us as bad as I thought it might. All right, I'm trying to use the throttle a little bit to modulate the rotation. There's a lot happening very quickly here, so far so good. 2nd place is right there in front of us. Now I have no idea where the leader is. Zero idea there. But it would appear as though he has checked out. That tends to happen in a lot of these races. You get somebody who's hooked up and they just are gone. I have no idea where anybody is behind us. There might be somebody fighting us for position immediately behind us, or they might be quite a while behind us. Not sure, but right now I can tell you one thing. I am very grateful that the lap traffic we're getting to is staying to the high side, because it's making our line, as well as the guy in front of us here in 2nd, It's making our life a little bit easier. This track is amazing. Oh, he slipped up a little bit. Can I get there? Yeah, look at all of these cars. They're just absolutely everywhere at this track. Could you imagine seeing something like this in real life? As far as I know, there are no tracks quite this extreme in real life. But in the game, it sure does work well. Oh, look out. Wow, that was... Yeah, we're getting some friendly love taps all over the place here. But I'm not backing down. We're just going to keep it in there. I see 13th position there. Have we lapped up that far? Wow. You can see some of these guys really slipping up off the corner. That's what I'm trying to avoid, because that'll get you run over very quick. Also trying not to overdrive the car. Using a little bit more straightaway when I have the opportunity, because it doesn't seem like I have that opportunity very often right now. I have no idea what lap we're on. I'm just driving this thing until they stop it. Oh, 2 laps to go. Okay, well, let's just keep it going. And once again, thank you to all the lap cars that have stayed, for the most part, high and out of the way. Woo, okay.
Great job.
That was a lot. There was a lot going on there, a lot of contact. And wait, what happened? Wait, we won? I had no idea. Folks, I literally had no idea what position we were in. I thought we were still, I know we were in 3rd for quite a bit. I know we made a pass for 2nd, but I never had an idea that we won. I never remember a pass for 1st, and now I'm going to have to go back and watch the replay and see when that happened. I can only assume, because we caught several cars there in the last, I don't know, 3-4 laps or so. I assume we made a pass somewhere in there. The leader must have got caught up in traffic, which easy to do. So how about that? Let's just take this moment and let's just appreciate 1st place. We actually won this race. Definitely did not think that was possible, especially after the qualifying dash where we finished 8th. This is exactly what traffic can do. If you can work your way through traffic, you can get some great finishes. So the victory here at Sawtooth Mountain, that is a wonderful sound. Only 9 cars on the lead lap. Man, we were passing cars left and right. Let's see, only 17 cars within 1 lap. So yeah, there was a lot of lap traffic during that race. So now let's move on and see exactly what we're going to get from the race purse. Final results. Yeah, let's just take that in. That's what we want to see. And take a look at what those points do for us in the season standings. 10th position. We've made it to the top 10. Now we just got to maintain it for a couple more races. But now, the money, $7,500. For a grand total, $10,241 from a great race. A lot of fun racing, a lot of contact here, but we got the victory. What more could we possibly ask for here at Sawtooth? So thank you guys so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed that race as much as I did here in SRX, the game.